Yo, 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 what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. So returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessings. I give y'all some time to tune in. I know a notification really didn't go out. Quick pop up, quick pop up. Want to chime in on a couple of little things, but nonetheless informative. Um, Appreciate everybody that tuned in earlier this afternoon for the conversation. Definitely was a good one. And again, hopefully somebody did get something out of it. Hopefully it was a confidence booster for some. But if you missed it, catch the replay. Coco, what's going on, baby? Tonight I'm just gonna we'll get down to it real quick. Um, so I seen something that kind of kind of disturbed me, and the reason why it disturbed me is because I've seen a couple stories like this, and there's probably more stories than that hasn't been, told. Cool gamer, what's going on? It is important for you young adults, whether you have kids or you plan on having kids. It is important, number one, for you to learn about your credit score and your credit history. Reason why I say it's important for you to do so is because there should be no reason why your kid has to suffer in the future for your mistake. Prime example, this guy, had a moment in the office. He was trying to get his own house, basically. And in the midst of him trying to do so, he found out some disturbing things. Serious, what's going on, baby? Popcorn, what's going on, my guy? Now, imagine how you would feel if you are trying to get your own house, trying to move out your mama or your grandmama's house or whoever's house you're living in, and you can't even do so because your credit is messed up. And then come to find out, the reason why your credit is messed up is because of your parent. How would you feel in that situation right there? James, what's going on, my guy? How would you feel in that situation right there? That has to be not just embarrassing, but it got to be hurtful on all ends. And I would say this even to this extent. There should be no way that a child should have their credit or even their name used as a form or a lifeline of credit. That's crazy. So imagine this man trying to get out, trying to probably start his own family, get married, and then can't do so because Mom Dukes messed it up. But she's trying to catch an attitude and trying to be all uptight and righteous. You can't do that, Mama. Listen, I'm gonna say that to you young women out there, just like you young men out there. If you are not going to take consideration into really building your credit and doing something wise, don't use your children because now look, you leaving them with no type of leaving them with no type of hope. And whatever hope is left, guess what? They gotta work and work hard to regain that. Just imagine you gotta fix your credit even though you ain't the one that messed it up. And again, that's illegal. How do you use your child as a lifeline of some form of credit to pay off something and then you still ain't fully paid off? So that's adding more interest onto his, to his credit report or even hers. Because again, you have some men just like you have some women. Their parents have screwed them over basically. And that's not fair. It's not fair because again, if you would have took the time out, figure out exactly what you need to do to fix your credit, could have fixed it without doing so. Without messing up your child. And I'm disappointed in the moms because, again, that's your son right there. That's supposed to be your baby boy, your pride and joy. He's trying to be his own man. And in the same token, he can't do so because he can't find no real place that's going to accept his credit right now. Can't even build. Appreciate you, Sirius, and appreciate you, Coco, for dropping those links, baby. Yeah, I know it was a quick pop up tonight because I really want to implement that though. It's time for some of you adults to really get in control and manage your credit wisely. Don't use your kids as a scapegoat. And the sad part again, the things that I've seen, it was crazy. You had a form of credit to a degree, and he wasn't even born yet. Then you took another form of credit on him, and he was only 2 years old. How does that work? First of all, can somebody fill me in on this? Because maybe I'm lost with this. I thought it was illegal to use your children as a line of credit, especially an adult. You should know better. If your credit is shot, find a way, go to the credit bureau, find a way how you could restore your credit or get your credit back up to where you need to get it up at. And I think again that's the most damaging part about it. Because no child is expecting a parent to be the one that's they downfall. No child is expecting a parent to be the reason why they can't build or grow anything in life. I felt bad for that man because he probably was excited about, finally owning his own. And then that's what I'm saying. When you doing things like that to people's credit, that messes up their homeowner shit. That messes up if they trying to get a car. That messes up every line of possibilities for them to try to, prosper and be on their own. It's crazy. I got my super mod up in here. My super mod up in here. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Sirius. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. See, I owed you this. Coco, since you've been missing for weeks on end, I got you too. Hold on. I owed y'all a little bit of something from earlier. Those piano keys was coming. You knew that. No, but come on now, man. Like that's messed up. And then look, it'll be some of you parents who have done this already that wonder why your kids ain't leaving the household. Why they not building or why they not, established? Because you done messed up the establishment. Like, come on. There's some of you who will cry and complain, oh, I wish my kids would get their own. I wish my kids would this. But then how you expect them to get anything when you fucked up their credit line? Like if they even wanted to get the smallest loan just to try to start a business, they can't even do that. And again, I thought that was illegal for any grown-up. I don't care if it is your child to use their name for credit or use their name in the form of paying credit off. That's crazy. Again, y'all need to start checking into what you need to check into. And again, don't use your kids as a scapegoat, man. It's not fair. And then some of you will be the ones crying, oh, I wish my kid would get the hell up out of here. You can leave. You can leave. Where you going? Where they going? They going to end up 9 out of 10 on the streets. And even if they was to get, guess what? If they don't want to have to worry about an apartment, they want to again purchase their own, buy their own. They can't even do so because you messed it up. That even messes with their apartment if they trying to get an apartment. If they don't have a form of certain spots, they want a form of credit or some form of a background. And if they see that you, oh nah, oh you delinquent on this, nah, we can't do this. Or if they pull up a credit report, that's just like again, you go into the bank to try to get a loan. They pull up your background credit and see that your credit is messed up. Your credit is well below. You can't do nothing. You got to try to find ways to either rebuild. And why should they have to pay off your debt? Again, why should those children have to pay off your debt because you messed up? That's crazy, man. I would say for some of you young ones out there who might be having issues and struggles trying to get your own and gain your own, first things first, go into the credit bureau and go check every part of your credit to see what's going on. And if it seems unfair or if it's a reason why you ain't going to be able to do something, you need to put that out there. And that guy put it on camera. I don't blame him. I'm gonna put my mom's on blast. This is the reason why I can't survive or why I can't do what I need to do. And again, the mom not trying to take accountability. This is a problem I see with people. Y'all mess up even to a point of messing some people up and won't take accountability for it. D Truth, what's going on, my guy? How you trying to get mad and trying to assess a situation that you started? Oh, you need to calm your voice down. You need to, and then lady, you over here reading off the that lady is reading off what the hell he asked her to read off because again, he has all rights to do so. You embarrass this man. This man is trying to get himself established as a whole, probably start his own family, and can't do so because you done messed up everything. Again, you messed up everything. When do you take accountability for that? There was another situation when the dude had his credit kind of messed up. Why? Because his father was using his damn credit. His father used him as a lifeline to a degree. And the only thing that was crazy is again, you have a senior and you have a junior. Obviously, if the senior got messed up credit, what makes you think he didn't use the juniors to establish something? That is not fair again. Because again, the one thing you would want is your child to be successful. You want your child to be on their own, to build their own, have that responsibility of having their own. How is that going to work when again you messed that up? So mothers and fathers out there, it's time for y'all again to learn about your credit. Make sure your credit is built strong enough so you don't have to go to the routes of using your children, your newborns, any of that, just to try to gain some form of a lifeline. It's crazy, man. It's crazy how again you will sit there and be your children's downfalls because you only focusing solely on yourself. Again, when you have children into the mix, you have to protect that all costs, and that's even when it comes down to your financials, your credit reports, all of that. Frankie, what's going on, my guy? Like I said, it's crazy. And again, if your credit has been messed up, you do have kids. Okay, try to find a way to reestablish and build it up. Even if you have to sacrifice certain things just to make it happen, so be it. This is your credit on the line. It shouldn't be your children's credit on the line. It shouldn't be you pass away and then now your children got to take over something that they ain't even occur. How could you put somebody in a situation when they only at the age of 2? Make it make sense. When this lady was reading down certain things, it was like he was breaking it down. I wasn't even born yet when this happened. I was only 2 years old. When this happened, I was only 5. So it's like almost every time you look, she was using that boy name for something and not having a way again to establish or pay that shit back. There's a reason why they tell you to be careful and be wise with your credit. If you getting credit cards, prime example, you need to be careful with that too. You utilize it when you're supposed to utilize it. Those credit cards are supposed to be for emergencies, in my opinion. You might have something you want trying to do. Okay, well, if they're not taking cash, let me see if they'll pull up the credit. It's sad. Because now if that man wanted to take a loan out and try to own his own home, or if he wanted to just sign over and do whatever, he can't do nothing. If he wanted to get a car 9 out of 10, he probably couldn't get the car. Why? Because again, that's crazy. You're supposed to be co-signing to a degree, but how you gonna co-sign something that you already messed up? You know, and I remember, like I said, there's been a couple stories like that. People have sat in there and had their lives ruined to a degree because people done messed up their damn credit. And if it's not the immediate family, it's your parents letting somebody use your damn information. Like, come on, that's not right. That is not fair at all. That's basically what it happened. This boy was born into debt, basically, which is crazy. Boy wasn't even a year old, and you done had some form of credit in his name and done messed it up. Come on, man. Y'all got to start doing better. Your kids should not have to worry about being born into debt or paying off a debt that they didn't incur themselves. You going to tell me it's going to be on a credit report that at 2 years old you took out a loan for a certain? Nah, that's crazy. Nah, that's crazy though. Yo, Frankie, for real, it sounds funny, but it's crazy too. Again, it's crazy in that same token because come on, man. Kids didn't ask for all of that. You know, and that's the saddest thing about it though, for real. You know, again, learn about your credit. One second. And again, I would say this for some of you people out there who, again, being irresponsible. Don't bring all these kids in the world if you don't have somewhat good credit, or if you're not financially, again, prepared to take care of them. Because at some point, you're going to run to that staple of, well, I can use my child's name, I can use my child's credit to do this, this, that, and the third. Won't be no problem. Nah, it's going to be a problem. Because again, when your kid decide they want to up and leave, how they going to up and leave when you done messed it up? Why are they paying for your mistakes? Your children should never have to pay for your mistakes. Again, mothers and fathers out there, even if things seem bad, that does not give you the right to mess around with your children's future. And just remember this, the things that you do, prime example, especially when it's done and it hurts, you'll feel that hurt back. They won't trust you. And that's the one thing, regardless to how much love is there. I highly doubt a child is going to trust a parent if their parent is always prone to doing something that could jeopardize or mess up whatever they got going. That will push the kid away from you further than anything. Wait a minute, you was doing this whole time? Come on now. You love your kids. You make sure you do what's right and do what's best for your kids, not the opposite. Blackout, what's going on, my guy? You already know if y'all just tuned in, the like button. But again, this is the problem right here. Again, knowing what to do before you actually try to do it. And again, the things you do, things that you put on your kid's credit line, again, that stays on their line, not yours. How you gonna explain to your kid that he can't buy what he want to buy because you messed it up? Make it make sense. Nah, that's a whole fact, bro. That's a whole fact right there. You ain't lying on that. That's a whole fact. Again, the way everything going right now is crazy. Your kids gotta incur some form of debt because you couldn't get yourself right. You couldn't get yourself situated. Another thing that I've seen recently, again, um, I'm gonna say my all in all opinion on this. Um, I seen another video with and it's probably been flying around. Some people that had their little green screen reactions and stuff to it. His parent slapped the hell out of his son, but come to find out, his son was posting up gang activity on his internet page, and also um what posing with his father's gun or something like that. I don't know if his father owns weapons, probably, is licensed to have them. And you out here posting yourself out here like you about that. Father slapped the hell out of him again. Somebody was like, well, come save him now. Come save him. My thing is, young men out there, stop trying to be down. Be yourself, man. I'm sorry, but that's selfish, man. That's selfish that you coming from a good spot. Now again, you had some people say, "Oh, I would have slapped my father," and "Oh, I wouldn't. I would. You wouldn't have slapped your father because 9 out of 10 of your father was in your. And the ones that saying that is the one I believe their fathers wasn't in their life. Because if you would have thought to say that even around them, you probably still get punched in your face now as an adult. Again, some of y'all that will sit here and say, "Oh, well, yeah, he crazy. He shouldn't have even did that. Oh, that's embarrassing. Oh, his son 9 out of 10 going to turn him." No, he did what a father's supposed to do, making sure his child don't get wrapped up in something that will cause that family pain. That's what real fathers are going to do. Even if they got to embarrass you, so be it. But at the end of the day, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're teaching and instilling order. My child not going to be out here doing this, and I'm not raising them, and I'm not even doing that. Now, again, some people was, oh, he should be ashamed of himself. Oh, if that had been my father, I'd have slapped him back. That was my father, I'd get him. 9 out of 10, you'd have thought to do anything. Your father would have tucked you out just as quick as he brought you in here. So let's not get beyond that. First of all, some people are lucky again to have their fathers in the situations. That's why I said it's important to have both in the household. Because a father is not going to play around. Most of these fathers, especially those ones from the old school, they are not playing. My child is not going to be out here representing something that I'm not even representing. My child is not going to ruin their life because they can't seem to be their own person. And that's an embarrassment right there because, again, you young folks out here putting yourselves out here on the line for what? A lot of y'all doing that because, again, there is no fathers in the home. And whatever father figures you got, man, listen, I'm telling you, the game has changed up. It's weird. And again, you're going to have those parents who are still going to be in their children's lives. So guess what? You young folks need to realize that you got a father that actually cares about you, whether he lives in the household or not. If he cares about you and he's doing what's right for you and trying to continue to do what's right for you, it's only right that you do good by them. How you embarrass your parents by trying to do something that could have got you possibly hurt or killed? No, you won't. Yo, hood, no, you won't. And since you want to come in here with that shit, oh, Yeah, we taking bets that LeBron gonna get swept, y'all. So hold up, Hood. Take this real quick.
Shit.
Yeah, take that, son. Come in here with that shit. Come in with that, man. Yeah, but again, you got some people say, "Oh, I'd have slapped the shit out of my father. I'd have punched my father. I'd have slapped him into next year." No, you wouldn't have. No, you wouldn't have. And let's get this straight. Unless again, there's a situation where you supposed to stand up, or you do stand up to your father. You ain't standing up to your father if he got you, man. Come on now. Yeah, I got jokes. LeBron gonna get swept. And why he getting swept? Trust me. Oh, don't worry. He gonna have to do this little
My
something.
muscles are getting bigger. Oh, yes, the muscles. The muscles are getting big from the pump.
Come here with that, man. Nah, it's the truth though. What you saying right there is true. Seriously, man. See, back in the day, all of us got held accountable. If we did something that we knew could have been dangerous, we got held accountable. Whether we got physically punished, verbally punished, or we couldn't do whatever it is we thought we could do. Nah, it was shut down for real. It was quiet for that. But again, some of y'all putting yourselves out there, putting yourselves in danger. This is not the first time somebody has done something where a father had to check their child. That was just like when the other father told his son to put the boxing gloves on. You want to be a gang member so badly? Come on, put the boxing gloves on. And he told him, I'm denouncing all of that. Come on now. Wait a minute, Hood. Did you just try to tell me that? Did you just try to disrespect my gangster again? All right, I got you. I got you. I got you. Cause I knew this was coming. Don't worry about catching no hot one. I catch hot ones every day. But you got to remember that some of these fathers that are still, present in their children's lives are going to make sure their children are being raised right and raised properly, especially if they are from that old school era and that old way of thinking. Not going to allow my child to crash out because they can't think on their own or they too scared to tell these people they don't want to do that. Prime example for some of y'all young folks out there, you think it's cool, you want to join the gang dumb early in your life. You fail to realize, depending on which gang you decide to rest your head at, it ain't going to be easy for you to get out of it. It's always easy ways to get into certain things. It's hard to get out of. It's hard to get out of it. Then again, you don't want to be the next person going through the madness. You better start preserving yourself. Again, learn something. You don't come here with that laughing, man. Oh, wait, for those who might be new, yeah, you're gonna get a lot of this. You're gonna get a lot of this. You're definitely gonna get a lot of this. And this, but you're gonna get a lot of this though. Need that. And that's what I'm saying. When you get a certain age, if you decide you still want to do all this extracurricular activity that you know ain't really, then that's on you. But again, you need to be your own person. Like I said earlier, there's some of you who need to reevaluate your friends. If your friends are constantly getting you into trouble, even when you're not around them, that's a sign that you don't need to be around. And again, you worried about trying to be down with a clique, you worried about trying to be down with the gang. No, how about you worry about getting your education and learning something? Start building your own future. Start building your empire. Learn about building your empire. And this is why I applaud the fathers out there right now, whether they still with the baby mothers or not. They still being active in their children's life. So if I gotta embarrass you to let you know I'm not playing and I want you to do well, I'm gonna do so. And this is my thing. Y'all want to be down with a clique so badly. Who's to say, prime example, again, something happens, y'all all get wrapped up. Which one of y'all gonna be turning the finger and snitching? Because again, we see this happen time and time and again. And the small handful who have done their crimes, got arrested, and kept themselves quiet, that's because they went by a code and an oath. The code and the oath of, look, this is what I chose to do. I'm not going to blame nobody for what I've done. I'm not asking nobody to take accountability for my actions. I did what I did because I felt I wanted to do it, or I did what I did because I thought what I was doing was good. It don't make sense. Again, you young folks need to learn to be your own person. If you don't like to be around weed smokers, don't be around weed smokers. You don't like being around people who drink, don't be around people who drink. And it's not just young folks. It's some adults, some young adults too. They still act like they don't know how to be their own person. I just had this conversation with somebody earlier. You keep putting yourselves around people who ain't trying to do nothing outside of just get high, drink, and gossip all day. That whole time you sitting around, you running around doing absolutely nothing, you could have been trying to get you a job, even where I'm working. Could have been doing something. See, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's some of y'all who think that that way of living is the way to live, but guess what? You'll find out in the long run it ain't worth it. Because prime example, you could be in the gang or you could be down with something right now. You might find you a woman who wants to be with you just because of who you are as far as your personality is concerned. But in that same token, she might fear being with you because look what you done. Even if you're not into certain activities while you in the gang, you can still take a chance. Why? Because again, it's a gang nonetheless. If they decide Rico is going to bring down your squad, guess what? Even if you didn't do nothing, you are still going to be wrapped up with the squad. Why? Because again, you're down with the squad. Your name is in the books. Again, you got to be mindful for yourself. Again, learn that there will always be some form of an opportunity if you choose to take that. And again, I don't feel bad because that's any father. Any real father would have done that. If I gotta slap you up for you to, if I gotta slap reason into you, I will do so because again, I love you. I care enough for you to make sure that you grow up to be a healthy, you know, a healthy and happy adult and a responsible adult on top of that. Again, we couldn't think to do certain things back in the day because 9 out of 10 our parents will hold us accountable and definitely hold us under the fire. Tanya, what's going on, baby? See, like when I was saying the other day, prime example in that live about the kid that was disrespecting his mom's, calling her little girl and everything else. And the father said, "You better hush your mouth before I whoop your ass for real." Now he could have actually sat there and did that off the rip. You being disrespectful with your mother, but that's my wife right there. We're not doing that. But better way to do so without having to punish you, we gonna still punish you. Broke that kid's flat screen with that car. I bet you that kid ain't doing that shit no more. Bet you he ain't disrespecting no more. That's all I'm saying. Stop trying to be friends with your kids. Set the boundaries and establishments you're supposed to set. So this way they won't get out of pocket. And again, we know some of y'all are trying to live your life. You still want to have some form of fun and everything else. Is not saying that you can't. But in the same token, got to be more careful, more mindful in your decisions. Because now you have kids that are looking up to you. Now again, there's some who, oh, I would have did this, and my father wouldn't have thought to do that to me. How do you know what your father would have done? You don't know that for sure. And 9 out of 10, some of you who kind of had your fathers in your life, even if it was for that small time frame, you know you wasn't even going to bat or doing anything that would have caused an imbalance. So stop that wolfing. You know, and again, stop raising up to your parents like they somebody in the street. I'm telling you, there's some parents and even some grandparents who, again, believe in that old school fashion of things. If you getting out of pocket with me, especially I done changed your little stinking ass, you getting embarrassed. Period. I remember a couple years ago, I watched a grown lady, well, shoot, I watched the grandmother slap the shit out of her grandson. And what could you do? What you want to get mad? You wasn't going to do nothing because nobody was going to allow you to do anything. Yeah, you got mad, but guess what? You shouldn't have did what you did. And again, you're supposed to have a form of respect, not just with your parents, but even with your grandparents. Because when your parents don't watch you, your grandparents is watching you. Didi, what's going on, baby? You know, and that's what I'm saying. It's good for y'all to start establishing what you need to establish. Because it's not fair. It's not fair that we keep getting stories of children being messed up in the game because nobody really trying to do what's necessary. Even down to holding them accountable when they mess up. See, again, you might not be raising your child to be a thug or in any type of street activity. But 9 out of 10, if they hanging with certain ones, at some point they might try to do so. But this is again where you're supposed to intervene as a parent. When you see certain things that's out of the ordinary, it's time for you to be a parent and do what's necessary. And again, have talks with your kids. The problem nowadays, nobody is talking with their kids. Nobody's really sitting down and having a heart to heart with them and trying to establish and trying to also educate them about the world that's basically in their grasp right now. No doubt, Coco, baby. You know, but you got to remember that part. Nobody is perfect, but again, nobody should be a fool and a follower, and nobody, again, should put their life on the line if it's not necessary. And even still, you would have to be wise when even doing that. Why put your safety and well-being in harm's way because you can't think for yourself? Your people might be trying to get you to go and do a home invasion. Especially it could be a home invasion with somebody you know. That's embarrassing if you go and then you all get wrapped up in court. Or if it's a situation where it's a carrier or stand your ground and somebody standing their ground on their home, you end up being the victim of circumstance. Again, you parents better make sure you are in tune with what your kids are doing. Because whether they're in the gang or not, they could still be influenced on doing things that, again, could have detrimental consequences behind it. Again, your child is supposed to be trying to learn and educate or be educated. And guess what? They out here robbing and stealing. Now again, what happens if your child is with a group and that's what they known to do? Home invasions, carjackings, things along those lines, right? What happens if your child decides they're going to invade the wrong house and that owner is ready and prepared to do what's necessary? What happens if your child ends up being the victim again of circumstance and that one ends up losing their life? How are you going to be able to even comprehend that and explain anything? Together, what's going on, baby? Riders, what's going on, baby? Well, again, think about it. Your child decides to run up in somebody's house. That owner, fearing for their life, decides to let it off. Your child gets hit in the middle of that. What you gonna say then? Who you gonna blame for the demise of your child? You can't blame nobody but yourself because you're not solely again paying attention to what you need to pay attention to. Your children shouldn't be worried about robberies and trying to get a quick come up. Or let's say your children out there robbing, trying to be jack boys, and now you done jacked the wrong person. That person is probably tied up in all different positions to where your child will be a faded memory, basically. You might have robbed somebody that got real ties and real plugs. Oh, yo, word? All right, we got you. Now what? Do you really want to see your children in a box before time? I don't think you should. I don't think that would be the best protocol for life. So again, get your kids into it. Show them that there's ways to earn without having to harm, cause confusion, or even loss of life. How hard is it for you to teach your children, especially if they are gifted in certain positions, to utilize their strengths? If your child knows about car parts and knows how to do certain things, you as the parent, yeah, harness that energy, build it up. This way, your child will learn I can work with my hands and I don't have to do nothing outside of just doing what I love. So I'm saying it is time for some of you parents to again build your kids up on a better notion. Build them up. Again, show them that anything is possible if they put their minds to it and if they don't quit. And if they put in the work, the determination, and if they actually educate themselves on the things they need to, this way they can make themselves better. Again, teach your kids about financial. You might want your kid to run something. If you prime example again, running a business, you might want your child to run the business when you long gone. Teach them the ins and outs. Again, teach them the ins and outs. It is necessary to do so. The whole reason of being a parent is not just to solely control your children. No, not even trying to control your children. Your sole purpose as a parent is to raise, educate, and bring out the best product that came from you. Your focus as a parent is to make sure that your kids is physically safe all around the board. And I'm sorry, but it looks like we only get a small handful of people who are actually doing what's necessary. Again, fathers, it is really time for you to start stepping in and doing what's necessary for your children. Now again, when your children get into adulthood, they decide they're gonna move or whatever way they're gonna move. And again, the most you can do as a parent is still try to give them that helpful advice. But again, you would have to sit back. Because again, they gotta want to do it on their own. And there's one thing I can say too about trust. This is why it's good for you parents and you children to build not just a bond but also a trust. I should be able to trust you to come to me with any problem, big or small, because at the end of the day, I'm your father. I'm your parent. I got your best interest at heart. And I can't help you if you won't allow me to help you or you won't tell me what the problem is. So again, y'all got to start opening forms of communication. Now that video I was talking about earlier with the child getting slapped and the father saying, "Well, come save him, come save him." Now I guess that boy also sent the text message out to his quote unquote gang talking about save him. But look, again, it goes to show you your gang is only as loyal as they're gonna be. Because there might be things they're not going to delve into. They're not going to help you out with. Some people are too focused on their own shit, so they ain't going to be worried about you. They figure you can handle your own. Who wants to be a part of that type of organization that's only looking out for themselves? And see, that's another thing. In some of them organizations, you're going to have to be as vigilant. You're going to have to be as menacing. Yeah, you're going to have to scoop down to the bottom of the barrel, basically, because if you're raising up in your positions, guess what? There will always be somebody that wants your position, and they will do any and everything to take that position. I done heard stories of people who've been in certain gangs that said that same thing. You coming up that ladder, you quote unquote putting in that work and that pain. You know, you got an established name, yada yada yada. There's always going to be somebody that's up under you or just coming into that's going to want your position. Now you got to make sure you keeping your eyes focused on what you need to be focused on, because you don't know what can happen. And for those who know where I'm going with it, let's take a look in case again with the mafia, the mob, whatever you want to call it today, right? It was almost the same thing. You're supposed to be following a code. You're supposed to be building a camaraderie and a brotherhood and a family amongst people. But in that same token, you got to worry about people trying to whack you off because of your position. 755, what's going on, baby? You know, let's think about it. Let's think about the stories we did here, especially when it came to that. Essentially, look what we seen. You done did what you had to do to try to raise up in ranks. Then you get to a certain position, especially a certain high position, and now you got to solely focus on making sure either your own family don't snake you, your own friends don't snake you, or the women you being around don't snake you. Who wants to live like that? Why would I want to be a part of an organization where if I feel I messed up some way, somehow, my consequences, if not a disciplinary action, could cost me my life? You want to be the big boss of big bosses, but guess what? That comes with a price too. Heavy is the head who wears the crown. And that's a burden that don't nobody want to take on. Just imagine how some of them people feel. Yo, you might have to X out this one today. Wait, what? That's my people's. Yeah, well, this is coming from the high ups. You got to do it or pass it on to somebody who will do it. Just imagine how some of them people felt. And some of them people have said themselves, I'm not trying to kill this person. I done got a strong friendship with them, or this person never done nothing to me personally for me to even want to whack them. So again, imagine living in that type of establishment where any false move, or sometimes even the right move, can still get you killed. How do you live like that? And again, it's easy for some of y'all to get into some of these organizations. It ain't easy to get out, not unless you really have a rapport or you really are battle tested enough, or if they respect you enough to let you leave. Now, some people, they've done their little trials and tribulations. They have been out here repping the set. But once a family is involved, they got themselves right. Because again, what does me being out here in the gang, doing certain things for the gang, giving me? You gotta realize that that type of life that you're trying to live, they have consequences. Those consequences could cost you yours. It could cost you, if not your life, it could cost you your freedom, or it could cost you your form of sanity. Prime example, you see how you watch documentaries about the biking gangs and stuff like that. Once they done been excommunicated, yeah, they gotta get rid of that ink, and they still gotta watch out for themselves because again, even if you ain't down with the gang no more, even if you ain't active no more, you're still a part of that organization and people will remember that. Your name is in the books, remember? So again, think twice. Because in some forms, it's almost again like signing away your life on a dotted line. And why should you have to do that when you have enough life to live? And again, I applaud the parents who are actually standing on their principles and standing on what's necessary. Nah, my kid is not going to be the next victim. My kid is not going to be another one in the system. None of that. My child at some point is going to learn. And if my child don't learn, the most I could do is just hope to God they see the light before time. And if not, I've done all that I could possibly do as a parent. And no, you ain't supposed to give up on your kids, but when your kids ain't listening to reason, well, you let them find out the hard way. And some parents, you might have to do that. If your child is not trying to take heed to anything that's being said, then 9 out of 10, they're going to learn the hard way. But again, they end up getting into something where they're going to end up learning the hard way. You do not coddle them and you do not hold their hand. You have to hold them accountable. You know, and that's the thing though. See, like James, prime example. In that situation right there, when they excommunicate you, you got to get rid of all the tattoos. And I mean every last one of them. There are certain organizations that believe that. If you're no longer with us, we don't want to see nothing that's bearing our symbol. And if we feel that you're bearing our symbol, then we know what to do with you. And again, who want to go through all of that? Again, it is important for a lot of y'all to start being your own person. Live your life the way you see fit. And stop thinking that you always have to go to the streets just to gain some form of opportunity. You have multiple opportunities if you sit down, relax, and take everything step by step. But again, when you're not being your own person, look what it gets you. Now, look how many people who are locked up right now are probably trying to blame, oh, my gang got me, my gang snitched me out, my gang this, or my people snitched me out. my people did me wrong. No, you messed yourself up. If you're gonna blame everybody else and not blame yourself and take accountability, again, you're not doing the necessary steps to grow. Because again, it's not just solely their fault. You're locked up. It's your fault for not listening and being your own person. It's your fault because you was too scared to say, nah, this ain't what I'm going to do. Because you don't want to go against the crowd. You don't want to lose friendships. But guess what? Real friendships are battle tested to a degree. But real friendships too, guess what? A real friend, especially a bona fide one, ain't going to allow you to wild out and go all the way out like that. And again, you've had some stories too where people said that they was with the gangs and then they quit the gangs. You know, you got those who have said this. There was people who was riding around or being around us and they got wrapped up in things that they wasn't into. We took the raps because it was ours. It was our responsibility. You're supposed to do that. I'm not going to allow my friend to take the hit for me when I know for a fact my friend ain't built for that. Or I know for a fact my friend wasn't the one that did anything. I would have to take responsibility regardless. Drop this link in case anybody want to chime in on this, but I feel this is a good one right here. Again, fathers, start being more involved with your children. Make sure you know what your children are getting into. Not just your sons, but your daughters as well. And I believe if some of y'all would get more involved with your children, trust me, your young kings and queens wouldn't be out here acting a whole hot mess right now. They would be able to understand what's what, and then from there, build. Again, fathers teaching your children how to preserve themselves. That's the most important thing. You know, when you build that real establishment with people, especially your own kids, that's a beauty right there. Because again, you ain't gotta worry about somebody doing something behind your back, and you ain't gotta worry about hearing nothing out the ordinary. You know, you pretty much know what your kids are into. Pretty much know they steps, they routines, and if something is off, you as a parent will know. For the fathers who are being active, continue to be active. Continue to do what's necessary so your kids don't fall through the cracks. And you had to see the comment section under that video too. Yeah, one person saying, "Oh, oh, just like a normal or just like a common parent. Oh, instead of just talking with their kids, they quit the violence." No, your child did something that they wasn't supposed to be doing. Your child did something that would constitute as being dangerous to themselves and others. You think a parent is not going to do what's necessary? Come on now, let's get this right, man. I appreciate you together. No, but that's that. Look here, because you know what I'm saying is facts right now. There was a lot of things we thought we could do. We wasn't going to be able to do it. Not if we knew our parents was holding us to the fucking fire. We could have been thinking we was slick. We could have been cursing, acting a fool. Somebody that already gave the word, your child out here acting up. Might want to talk to your child or whatever when it's all said and done. I remember one time His father gave his son the harshest lesson in the world. You want to be grown, you want to do this, you want to do that. Okay, well, it's time for you to start paying some bills. Son looked at him crazy. What you mean? I ain't even got no working papers. I ain't got no job. I ain't got nothing. Oh, but you want to be grown. You want to try to come in the house all hours of the night. You want to try to do things that you know you ain't accustomed to doing, and I didn't teach you to do. So if you want to be grown, you want to make your own rules and regulations. You're not going to be here. Gave him a hard lesson. That child was literally like, "What you do? What you mean you go?" Nah, I'm not gonna have no child of mine doing what they want to do under my roof. You want to do what you want to do, you be up under your own roof. Go out there in the world, go get you an apartment, go raise you a family and see how easy that is. You'll find out it's not as easy as you think. You'll know why sometimes I come home stressed. The realest lesson you can tell this child. You're not going to be able to do certain things under my roof and think I'm still going to allow it. No. If you feel you that grown and you can make your own decisions, be on your own. But when you under the roof of a parent that's doing everything for you, yes, you again have to be mindful and responsible. And you must respect the rules and regulations of the house. Fathers that are doing what they're doing, keep doing what you're doing. Keep raising your young men to be young kings. It is important that you keep doing so. Maybe this will waken up in a while, and rise some of the people up to say, you know what, we got to start doing better. Raiders, what's going on, baby? No doubt. No, I was on earlier today too, sis. I was on earlier today. I know some of y'all was working and busy, and some of y'all dealing with spring break activities on vacations. But nonetheless, I only came in tonight for a pop up because I just wanted to get those two things across. Um, Again, there are some things that you parents are going to have to limit for your kids, but you also again have to give a balance. It's time for y'all to start putting down your devices, start having that family time again, like I said. Start building the bonds that need to be built. Again, it is good to know everything you need to know about the people in your household. It's important because there's no way you can say as a parent you live in a household with multiple kids and don't know what none of your kids is doing. Some of you single mothers out there, or even you single fathers, if your children are getting into things that again, you ain't raised them to do, you better start standing in and doing what's necessary. Things is critical right now. Again, even in this time era, you want your children to be at their highest potential. You want your kids to, again, establish some form of responsibility. How can you teach your kids responsibility, growth, and anything along those lines if you're not sitting down having them talks with them? If you're not solely showing them what the consequences of their poor actions and their poor decisions could be? How do you expect that to work? Susanna, baby. I already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. And if y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm sorry, but we got to start getting back an establishment. And again, establish what's necessary. We're going to have to do so. Again, you really don't want your children to fall down society's cracks. It's time for y'all to start swinging back. Again, parents, start being parents, stop being friends. Again, have an open ear, an open heart, but also have a logical sense in the conversation to bring your children to where you need to bring them to. Some form of stability. Teach them that if they're gonna be out here making these decisions and doing things that goes against the grain, there will be dire consequences to it, whether you believe that or not. And yes, they will be. You know, and that's the thing though. Let's keep it real. No parent, no logical, reasonable parent is gonna want their children at the bottom of the slums. No real parent is gonna allow their child to mess up whatever future plans they could have. Ain't no real parent again gonna set their kids up for any form of failure. They're gonna try to set them up for the goals of success. See, there's a reason why I brought this tonight. I brought this tonight again because those two things kind of disturb me. Again, your parents, I'm going back to this beginning. Don't mess up your credit and then try to mess up your child's credit. Your child should not incur no debt that they didn't incur themselves. There should be no cause or anything along those lines, especially if you're not doing what's necessary in your children's name. Your children shouldn't have to bear your burden and pay for your mistakes. Should. Yeah, nah, I hear you on that one, seven. Because look, everybody had their own. See, that's the thing. Because again, we had an establishment. Yeah, you had some who did. They joined their little gangs and cliques, but then you had those who realized that wasn't the way to go. Why I gotta sit here and force any type of violent behavior on somebody just to prove that I'm that tough? Why I gotta gang up and try to bully on people that I know for a fact are harmless? Or why would I be a part of an establishment where we ain't doing nothing but destroying our community? We ain't even trying to help build it up. And the small handful of are trying to build it up, you're trying to give them hell behind that. And if you want to be so-called protectors and you want to be so-called down for your community, then you should be making sure you do the things to bring back what we need in the community. You quote unquote are running around trying to muscle people for protection, so on and so forth. You want to muscle people for protection, that's not going to work. Protection from who? People like you and your establishment? No, that's not fair neither. Nobody should have to worry about, I got to pay these people to leave over. I got to pay. Nah, it shouldn't be that way neither. Again, extortion is the worst type of bullying right there. There should be nobody who thinks they got to pay for protection. The hell I need to pay for protection for to protect myself. If you can't respect what I'm saying, if you can't respect what I'm doing, then I'm gonna protect myself the best way. I hear you, Raiders. And see, that's the thing again. I feel bad for that dude because again, that's a whole adult right there. He sounded like he was beyond pissed off too. I can't get my own home because my mama fucked up my credit. I might possibly be living in my mama's home forever because I can't get my shit established. Or it might take me longer to establish the things I need to establish because again, my credit is shot because of somebody that's supposed to love me and that gave me birth. How does that work? That's why I said there's some things that should never be tolerated and it should be illegal. And if at any time a parent is using their children's information to build some form of credit, that right there should be a red flag. And that right there, nah, hold them accountable. Because again, why are you going to mess up your children's possible future because you solely focusing on what's going on with you? Or you trying to pay off something that you knew for a fact you couldn't afford in the first place? It is time again to start bringing awareness when needed and start educating when it's time to educate. Mostly just want to chime in on that because again, I see some good things happening with how some of these parents are doing things, even on these social media sites. Then I see some bad. Now, the things I've seen good, like I said, I know some people who felt the type of way again. The father slapped the hell out of his son, but guess what? If my son is embarrassing me, if my son is doing something that he know he ain't supposed to be doing, and he only trying to do it because he trying to be cool with his gang, nah, I'm gonna stop all that right now. First of all, shouldn't even be in the gang. How you even think to do this and you can't even get an education? How you gang banging and you can barely read and write? And if you can read and write, how you gonna want to gang bang and you don't even have a job? How you want to gang bang when you don't have no form of anything to get no real money? You want to gang bang, but guess what? When it's all said and done and you get wrapped up, I gotta be still responsible for you, even if you gonna be sitting up. And again, when parents, your children are moving on the wrong light, and you already gave them fair warning, again, they gotta learn accountability. So if they get wrapped up in a scenario, as much as it's going to pain you, no, you need to let them know. You made this decision. Now you got to stick with it. I'm going to be here, but you're going to have to stick this out on your own. And I'm going to say this to some of you young dudes out there, especially some of you drill rappers. There's some of you who ain't even 21 yet. You ain't even old enough to buy beer and liquor. Why keep throwing yourself in the crossfires because you trying to prove that you are who you are? Again, like I said a while back, some of y'all messing yourselves up and you're putting yourselves in a opportunity where you could be making things work. Like again, how you say you don't want to ever go back to the struggle, but you finding ways to throw yourself back into the struggle. You have to learn to adapt. So if it's certain things that you was accustomed to doing, you need to learn to stop doing them, especially if those things are cutting off your form of blessing or is cutting off your form of growth. Why should I keep getting arrested, getting into street squabbles when I know I don't even necessarily have to do it? No, that's what I'm saying. I'll be trying to do anything that is going to touch a nerve, but I'm going to be truthful about it. How the hell do you expect your children to be at the top of the mountain when you ain't teaching them how to climb. You ain't teaching them that they need the proper tools to do so. They gotta also have some form of endurance and strength to do so. If you ain't teaching them how to do certain things, even down to the simplest thing like fish, not teaching them nothing. They gonna have they gonna have it hard in life because they might have to adapt and do certain things. But if they don't know how to adapt, they gonna be left behind. Jewel, baby. This is something to again think about. And again, so even some of you mothers, start paying attention to your sons and your daughters. Show them better than what you showing. There's some of you who are not showing your children, again, how to live to their highest potential or how to succeed. Teaching them, teaching them nothing outside of how to keep yourself grounded for life. And that's not fair. Again, it ain't fair. My bad, y'all, but let's really get back to this. If you want the best product, if you want your child to be the best product in life, you're going to have to nurture and culture and cultivate the things that are necessary so they do grow. So they know how to deal with things. They know how to deal with financials in case they do have their own family. They know how to keep moving even if one thing happens to fail for them. The most important steps in life outside of education, the most important steps in life, in my opinion, is again being goal orientated, actually getting out there and doing something for the greater, not for the worse. So again, you're gonna have to start raising the standards, start raising the bar a little higher. And the one thing some of you parents have to remember again, you have to find your children's talents, skills, and harness that energy. Not supposed to be no unruly czar dictator. No, you just supposed to give a balance. When your kids is out of pocket, you're supposed to discipline them. When your kids is moving a little wacky, you still have to sit down and have some form of a talk with them. Because again, when it's all said and done, they are a representation of you. They came from you. And what they become afterwards, yes, it would be solely up to them when they become an adult. But while they still under your roof and while they are still young, they need to be pushed into that level of higher thinking and critical thinking. Because again, life is going to be bypassing you the longer you sit back and wait for things to fall in your lap. Why waste a portion of your life doing absolutely nothing when you could be spending your life and spending your time doing the most important things that will keep you whole? And it's solely time for y'all to get into things that definitely bring up the higher standpoint. Again, critical thinking. That's a strength, that's a skill, that's a tool that's necessary. Logical thinking, definitely another one. I could be a critical thinker. I know how to act in critical situations. I know what decisions to make in those type of situations. Logical thinker, regardless to what situation, is going to use logic over emotion. It is time to start building better establishment with your children. Young mothers and young fathers out there, again, teach them the necessary steps. It is important that some of y'all have some form of employment, whether it's self-employment or you working for somebody. But it is important to have some form of fundamentals. Because how can you show them any type of example when you're not leaving the house or you're not doing nothing outside of just hanging within your area? But I felt this was needed again tonight. Parents, start establishing yourselves again as parents. Stop being friends with your kids. Stop involving your kids in certain things. And again, focus on them getting their education. Time to do so. Your children will only be as successful. Your children will only be as successful if, again, they have the right tools and the right know-how. Oh, so I'm just coming up here with that goddamn scooter. It's cold in here, motherfucker. My bad, y'all. No, but again, just remember that. I mostly just wanted to chime in again because, again, this is something that I feel is the reason why some of the families' establishments being broken. Again, how can I sit here and expect my child to be something great and I ain't giving them tools to be great? I'm not showing them a way to just build off an opportunity or make an opportunity. Something that just needs to be thought about for the night. I ain't gonna hold y'all too crazy. Um, I was gonna hold this for the morning, but now I felt that needed to be said. And again, gratitude to that father for doing what was necessary. Yeah, I know. You know, for some people, oh, he was trying to get a clout chasing moment. Oh, he was trying to. No, that's just the father doing what the fuck they supposed to do. Because it doesn't matter. If my child is going to try to make me an embarrassment and this is not what nah, they're going to get what's necessary. They're going to get held to the fire. That's a form of holding accountability. Now, if you really feel your gang is that much of a whatever, let them really come save you and see what happens. Stop going against the grain. Because again, when it's all said and done, your parents will be the ones that will always have your back no matter what. And some of y'all are lucky. There are people right now who wish they could at least gain one of their parents back just to at least have some form of whatever. So while you are still able to have your parents, grandparents around, learn to listen to certain things. And also, again, start thinking for yourself. Stop trying to follow behind this one and this one because you feel that's the way to do it. Because when those people get wrapped up, just like you get wrapped up, it's only going to be one thing to establish who really about that and who not. Trust me. The ones you think is all for, guess what? Those going to be the ones that either snake you out, snitch you out, or they ain't gonna help you out. That's solely on you though. But you know, wasn't gonna keep this all crazy. But I think that's something that should be said again. Fathers start being fathers again. I don't care if you with the child's mother or not. Be active with your children, your sons and your daughters. You don't want your daughters out here being the next town hoes. You better make sure they ain't out here doing nothing they ain't supposed to be doing, and make sure they're not being exposed to anything well before time. You don't want your son to be thugnificent and end up catching some bullshit. Make sure that they good. How hard is it for you to really watch for your kids and make sure that they're doing something good? I don't care how busy you might be with work life or any of that. You're still supposed to have a balance. You brought these kids here, now it's time for you to be responsible. Can't say it any clearer. Oh, but some of y'all are going to learn the hard way because, again, Florida seemed to just be legalizing or passing bills like a mug that everybody should have been passed. I kind of spoke about that. A lot of these states at some point are going to start implementing that. If you are not going to be responsible for raising your children and trying to be a better part of your children's lives, you're going to be getting arrested for your children's shit. All of you will be getting arrested and be sitting the fuck up. Who wants to be sitting in the jailhouse as a family? That's not a family outing. That's not no family unit. That's stupidity right there. Raise your kids, man. Florida already said that. Look here, nigga. Your children doing shit and you ain't trying to, we gonna clean all y'all. We gonna keep y'all right here. Who wants that? You think I want to be sitting in the jail cell looking at my son and looking at my daughter like, you dumb motherfuckers? No, I would be the dumb motherfucker because I sat here and allowed all this to happen and didn't stop nothing. Come on, man. It's time for y'all to start being more responsible and again more careful in your decisions, especially when it's involving your children. Can't say nothing more than that. You're leaving a black eye and a stain on the legacy or the future legacies that's coming. Don't set your kids up for failure. Set your kids up for success and greatness. There should be no reason why, again, some of you parents are doing what you're doing and then wonder why you're not getting the change necessary. Be more responsible in what you're doing. Be more responsible with the influences you have around your kids. Oh, but I'm going back to what I said in the beginning of this live because this was the main important thing out of everything else. Don't fuck up your kids' credit because your credit fucked up. Your children, your future children should not have to incur no debt that they did incur on their own. Don't let that bar go over your head. You need to spread that out to everybody else too. I don't care how bad your credit might be getting. Your children shouldn't have to suffer because of your BS. Learn about your credit. Learn how to reestablish your credit. Learn how to do what's necessary so you don't mess your kids up. That's all I'm going to say. Anita, what's going on, baby? Nah, but that's the truth. That's the truth, though, man. How do you expect your kids to really be a productive part of life if you ain't teaching them the necessary tools to fucking be a success in life? Come on now. It's time to stop this half-ass lazy parenting. And it's also time for some of y'all to stop listening to bullshit establishments about how to raise your kids. If you got to physically discipline your kids for them to get the damn picture, then keep doing so. If it works, do so. I'm sorry, I'm from that old school era. Moms didn't always have to physically punish me. Just taking away shit or doing shit that I knew was going to hurt me showed me a lesson. Take away the vices. Take away things that they deem as important. They'll learn. Some people, oh, but you're making it to where they'll start rebelling. No, you're doing what a parent's supposed to be doing. Why the fuck am I going to sit here and keep upholding my child in wrong and keep rewarding them with gifts and they fucking up? Make it make sense. I couldn't have thought to have a bad report card grade coming home talking about, Mom, you gonna give me that new game? She would have laughed at me and kept it the whole week laughing at me like, nigga, you ain't serious. Ha 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 ha. Try again, get your grades up. And that's what y'all gonna have to start doing too. That's another form of holding your kids accountable. Your kids want to be a part of certain activities, prime example. Okay, let me make sure you keeping your grades up. You ain't keeping your grades up, but you ain't doing anything you say you gonna do, something getting cut off. Period. Don't forget that part though. You have to hold your kids accountable when they do mess up. You can't hold their hands, can't coddle them, and no. If they've done something that was above and beyond, most you can do again, try to pray for them. Try to do what's necessary, but again, hold them accountable. Did we not talk about that with that parent? That parent knew their kid was involved in something and didn't hold him, held his ass right to the fire. Oh, so this is not what I raised you to do. Well, I'm turning you in. You can't get mad at a parent, they say they're going to turn their child in. Nah, nigga, because I didn't raise you to do this. And again, you putting yourself and putting us in a position to where, again, this could be critical. Not going to do that. Want to be robbing and stealing? Guess what? You deal with the consequences. You want to try to be out here doing things that you know is not for you? You're going to have to learn the consequences. I can't do your jail time for you. I can go through the process with you, but I can't do much of nothing. I'm over here getting bit by 1,000 mosquitoes right now. Well, no, not yet. Not yet. But again, start doing better. Start focusing. Focus on the goal at hand. The goal at hand is, again, to raise your children and try to raise them as best as possible. Again, when they get into adulthood, whatever decisions they make, that's solely on them. That's not your decision. That's not your burden to bear. You just got to still make sure you are there. At some point, when they do realize something, they might come to you. They might need you. And that's when you give them what you're supposed to give them. Best advice, and send them on their way. Nonetheless, though, I do appreciate everybody that tuned in for this pop-up. The link is still in the chat in case anybody wants to chime in, but if not, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I just wanted to get that out tonight, just in case if I can't get certain things out during the day, because it's gonna be a busy one tomorrow. But that was more important than anything. Again, start establishing everything that is needed before you even think about having a family. Because again, no parent should ever use their children's credit lines to fuck up whatever they could be trying to do in the future. And if you're going to be mad because your child is stuck in the house, nigga, that's your fault. You shouldn't have. Nah, bro, homeboy was tight. I was just telling them the homeboy was tight. He trying to get his own and can't get nothing because his mom's had things in his name before he was even born. How do you have something in your child's name before the child's name is even here? Like, nah, that's wrong. Like, how do you do that as a grown up? I'm gonna allow my kid to be the sacrifice for my fuck up. It's not right. So now you mad because what? He can't get out your house? That's your fault, dumbass. That's your fault. He probably was mad. He probably was like, "Oh, I'm gonna try to get my own." And he can't even get your own. He trying to get out with his lady and all that. Come on now. That's the worst type of feeling in the world, to know that your parents is the one that screwed you over. Again, you young adults out there, before you even bring kids into the world, even some of you older seasoned adults, learn about your credit history, learn about how to keep it at a certain pace, and don't fuck up anything else. I'm sorry. This ain't for the kids today. So, this ain't going on the regular playlist. And that's the thing, though. That should be a crime and offense. Because, again, you're using somebody else's continuity, basically, to build your own shit. Even if it is your flesh and blood, that's messed up. And that should be a crime again. If you're gonna go to that length and that level just to do something like that, that's a crime and that fucking crime and a half, nigga. You need to be sent into the jail. There ain't no way in the hell I would sit there and I don't care if my credit did get messed up. I ain't gonna be sitting there putting shit in my damn child's name. And I definitely ain't gonna be doing that if I ain't got no form of paying it, or if I ain't got no form, and that's still gonna be on their credit line more than anything. So even after you done passed on, they still gotta incur your wrath of BS. Nah, it's not right. Again, if you loving kid for your loved ones, do what's necessary, man. No way you want to say you want your kids to succeed, but in the same token, you stop their processes of succeeding before they even got there. Again, I can't buy a car because my credit shot, and it's not even my fault. I can't open up a business or get a loan, even a student loan if I needed one, because my credit messed up. Make it make sense. It's time for parents to really start establishing and teaching the basics and the most the most necessary things in life. Shit changing, man. Before you know it, it's gonna be an increment on things. I ain't gonna lie to you. That is gonna get worse before it get better. Don't want to be left in the hellfire. Make sure your kids is on the right angle of things. Again, even down when they're young, teach them about their credit, teach them about this, teach them about the important things. Again, establish that trust and that build. That's going to be the most important thing out of all things. Because if you can't even build a bond and trust each other, how the hell y'all going to make anything work as a unit? Don't lie to your children because it ain't necessary to lie to them. You wouldn't want them lying to you. So again, it's about logic and not emotion. I know in this corner slump as always. My bad, y'all. But yeah, let me get up out of here. Definitely appreciate everybody that tuned in. I'll retouch up on this probably in the morning. Just wanted to chime in with this because again, some people need to hear that even before they get into that place. Look here. It's not gonna be fair that your offspring incur the wrath of your BS because you was too either irresponsible or too lazy to go fix what needed to be fixed. All in all, though, this is a good talk nonetheless for those who might have just been tuning in. You already know you can catch this replay. Like I said, I'll definitely be back tomorrow for the site. And apologies for those who follow me on Clapper. I know I was supposed to get the good vibes today. Yeah, it been too much going on already. Soon as this weather done started getting nice. But that's neither here nor there. Something that was talking to me on the back end. You already know what it is and why I couldn't. But hey, I'm going to do it tomorrow, baby. So if you haven't done so, make sure you download and follow your boy. Always a blessing to bring something to the people. And again, appreciate everybody that's being a part of this build, still becoming a part of this build. We still got more conversations and some more good content on the way, trust me. But all in all, though, I hope most of y'all keep yourselves safe during this spring break week. And try not to do things that I wouldn't do. Well, I can't do. But don't get caught out there doing some things you ain't supposed to be doing either. Telling you, Be wise and be smart. Also be safe. But yeah, let me get up out of here. Before I do get up out of here, though, I did forget about something. We were supposed to have fun. And I'm going to have fun today.
Now, before we start to turn it out, you must first begin to breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Now drop, now drop, now drop, now drop. Breathe in, breathe out.
Let's go, man. You knew it was coming. Nah, y'all can't leave out like that. Come on. Y'all can't leave out here like that, big baby. You knew I was gonna be stupid today with it. And this is the good part of it. Getting the good old fashioned time. But the next time some of y'all coming late to church, you know you're gonna get this face. Come on now. We ain't gonna be doing that no more. Didi, what you laughing at? You did something illegal. I knew it. James, you always laughing because you got cornbread on the side. I ain't messing with y'all fools tonight. Leave me alone. See? I ain't messing with y'all tonight. Keep setting yourselves up for fun. It's okay. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Told you why you hurt me. I felt like I had to let you know. Now you tryna pull up to my crib. I think you really gotta go.
Leave it alone. Up, she got the piano keys out, so you already know what time it was. I gotta hit her one more again. I gotta hit her one more again, but I'm gonna hit her one more again with something different. No, we forgot about piano keys. But this who originally started off with us.
Motherfucker.
Oh man. Yeah, Blackout. Another little streaming site, but yeah, a little bit better than over here. I'm sorry. I know you high ups ain't trying to hear me neither. I done already pled my case with y'all. Y'all gonna let me have fun this motherfucker today. This ain't for the kids. I don't want to hear that shit. I told y'all I was gonna be raw and uncut when I felt I was gonna be raw and uncut. And then I'm gonna have my professional days. Today was a little bit of both. So let me show you how much I love myself. Oh man. Hold on, I forgot. I was supposed to do something right though. I'm gonna do this right though. I'm gonna leave it like that. Before I become a butt bone fool. Oh, there's more coming. I told y'all to take my advice weeks ago. See, this is what happens when people don't listen to me. When you don't listen, you'll get this. You'll get a lot of this. Yeah, but definitely, bro. Definitely good vibes over there as well. If you do end up catching that Blackout, and that's anybody. Again, there's gonna be some things I bring over there. I know for a fact I can't bring over here, but it's all good. It's the way it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to just limit yourself to one spot anyway. Now, on that note, I'm gonna be light skinned real quick. I feel disrespected right now. So I'm gonna feel disrespected right back. New troll drop.
Oh yeah, I know you love it, Muscle Lips. Let's go. Lap it up, you hungry son of a bitch. Whoop! Sorry.
Get a handle on your frisbee, college boy.
Oh, you do not want to go.
I told y'all to do that shit weeks ago. Learn to listen sometimes, man. But now, let me get up out of here. I'll leave y'all with some real good vibes. I'm gonna leave y'all with some good vibes. I ain't gonna do y'all dirty like that. I can't do y'all dirty like that. I can, but I won't. So I'm gonna leave y'all with some good vibes.
See what the person said. Doesn't 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 see what the person said.
I see y'all up in here getting it on like you're in the club. See y'all up in here getting it on like you're in the club. But nonetheless, great conversation as always. Get my black ass up out of here and start being an adult again. I'll definitely see y'all tomorrow for the site. If not in the morning, definitely see y'all for the early afternoon portion, definitely. If y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to the replay game. Shout out to the Shadow Mafia and the Shadow Babies. Y'all know what it is, baby. For everybody that was in attendance tonight, you already know that love is love and it be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. All I do is give you real. That's all I'm going to do is give you real topics and real bills. And since I see y'all been hanging in, I'm going to let y'all rock out with that one. Before I do let y'all rock out with that one, you know I had to do this
You
one.
ever told a bitch I got G's? You ever make a bitch hit her knees? Well, guess what? I'm JP. On my dime, make a bitch say,
But y'all stay safe. Keep that third eye open. Oh, wait a minute. Who is trying to pop up? Hold on, Mr. AP. Hold on, man. We make sure you authenticated, man. Hold on, man.
What's up, bro? Oh, I
What's going on?
I had to come up here and catch you giving them flowers, bro. I couldn't let you leave without doing that, man. What's up,
Mhm.
Yeah, you keep doing your thing, bro. You know, I'm always in the cut, and I got another phone. I was trying to leave comments, and that shit says subscribers more. I said I'm been subscribed. I got a new fucking device, but nigga, congratulations, you keep doing your thing, nigga. I'm a big supporter and a big fan of yours, nigga, and keep doing your fucking thing, nigga, because we behind you, nigga.
Oh, you already know, man. Listen, man. This is something that's going to continuously happen. I ain't got no choice, man. If I
Yeah,
take any other alleyway, it's still gonna be fun. Still gonna be comical, but you're
I'm
gonna get some real shit.
I'm up here two-stepping listening to your shit. I'm rocking like, hold up, you can't go nowhere yet. I'm up here two-stepping like, hold up, he can't go nowhere yet, nigga. Hold up, bro. I'm coming, nigga. Hold up, nigga. Yeah, bro. Keep doing your thing, man. You know what I mean? I'm definitely in your corner, bro. And I want to see all of us get there at the same time, bro. But keep doing your thing, though, bro.
Oh, you already know, man. Same for everybody, man. It's the same way with you and everybody else, man. Just keep doing what's necessary. Just do what works for you, man.
You're right. I appreciate the support, but man, we just as big a supporter of yours as we is of you as ours. Man. We appreciate it, but you keep doing your thing, nigga. We behind you, nigga.
Oh, you already know, man. It's the same way, man. I'm gonna smell some alligator stew somewhere. Hold on. I taste it. Nigga said we got the new restrain, alligator stew. Come here. Smoke some of this shit right here.
Yeah, I might want some of that. Yeah, but I'm going, man. I had to put my show on hold. I had to come up here. I said I'm waiting till bro get out the way. I sit in the cut, but I gotta pull out though. But yeah, man, keep doing your thing, man. And, you know what I mean? We all gonna get there at the same time, though, bro. But keep working though, bro. It's paying off, bro.
Oh, you already know, man. And I appreciate that, man. You always more than welcome to hit the panel on some shit too, nigga, especially when the link is dropped. So, you know.
Okay, I appreciate it, bro. We're here for you too, though, bro.
Hey, you already, and I know why 9 out of 10 you couldn't do nothing on subscriber mode, your new ass account. I ain't fucking with you, son.
Hey, yo, see, oh, that's why, cause I got, oh, this ain't even my real thing. I know, cause I see my whole name. It should say Anthony Porter. I'm like, wait a minute, and then I had to put the Wax AP shit. But yeah, I see that's what it is. It's on the I might have it on the old account or whatever. But nigga, I'm gonna subscribe this Wax AP and the other one, nigga. But we here though, nigga.
Oh, you already, man. Shoot, rinse your ass type in the chat. I know the fucking rinse your ass, so you good. You already know what it is.
All right, bro. Later, man. Be easy, bro.
Later, man. You already. Definitely shout outs to my brother Wax AP for popping in on the popping. Don't worry, sometimes I'm gonna have a whole bunch of different people popping in. That just goes to show you I'm real about my shit. I don't give a damn. We gonna have a logical conversation. I don't have time for emotions, everything else along those lines. Let's get to the actual facts and the basics of things. This is the problem, the reason why some of the shit is happening now. Is we are going more of emotion than logic. As much as you want to try to save your children from certain shit, you have to be logical. If there's things that you know you're just not going to be able to do, you got to face the facts. But yeah, you already know what it is. Y'all stay safe. Keep that third eye open. Until the next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings. Oh, wait a minute. Remix! You forgot about that shit, didn't you? You forgot about the remix, though. You forgot about the remix. I'm going to leave y'all with the remix. Y'all stay safe. Keep that third eye open. Until the next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings.